April 19th, 2016. Technically, it's Richmond.
Welcome to the CME. I am your host, CM, Chris Mullins. Welcome, welcome. Namaste, if you will. Or if you don't, then never mind. Tonight, will the flooding in Houston cause a delay in your weekend plans? Is there really a difference between eating fast food and poison? Later on, we'll be talking with my good friend Sam Ramirez. All these things and more on tonight's experience. I sure hope you had a fabulous weekend, week, and all that jazz. I can't really complain too much myself. I spent some time just trying to develop the show, get things moving, talking to different people, and seeing if they'll come on. So it looks like we're going to have some pretty cool guests in the coming weeks and months and years. So we couldn't hire a band. Maybe in the future we'll be lucky enough that a band will want to come out and play for us. We're looking at you, whoever you are. Until that time, I believe I will be filling in that role, as it is my experience and everything. So allow me to demonstrate my skill on the drums. Wow, I thought I was better than that. Maybe, you know, as people always say, maybe practice makes perfect. We'll see how that plays out. Sunday night and Monday morning, there was a very large storm that passed through Houston, and as a result, there was a lot of damage, a lot of flooding, a lot of just chaos, really. And my thoughts and prayers, if I prayed, go out to you, and I just hope you and yours are safe. Now, is there a difference, in your mind, between eating fast food and poison? They seem like things that should be relatively far apart, but yet, here we are. Oh, is that not true? Never mind. Forget I said that. So here we stand, of course I'm sitting, on the eve of one of the days that are celebrated on this joyous earth that we live on, and that would be April 20th. It is a day for herb appreciation, as it were. And so I say to you and to yours, I'm still learning. I thought we were done with that guy. I thought we were done. So tonight, we have a good friend of mine joining us, Sam Ramirez, who I met in high school once I moved into Houston from Fort Worth, a vastly white town for the most part. And so moving to Houston was a bit of a hard thing for me at first because it was so diverse and I wasn't used to diversity, as it were. And I came to love this place so much. Glad you're tuning in this evening. I've got a good friend that has come all the way. I don't know, how far is this house from yours?
It's about 10 minutes.
10-minute drive. That's pretty incredible if you think about it. So let me bring him out right now. It's Sam Ramirez. Come on down.
Sorry, man. Not trying to distract you, please.
So how are you? How was the drive here?
Excellent.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Cheers.
Sorry, man.
Usually you say cheers and then cheers.
No.
But some people cheers, raise a toast.
That almost... America? Hello.
Hello, America, or universe. Hopefully we're going to get this way out there.
To the aliens? That's
Yeah,
right.
eventually. I was mentioning to the camera earlier
America.
that when I first moved to Houston, I was kind of used to the southern rural life, as it were, of Fort Worth, which was primarily white, which was primarily Baptist, and I don't know, everyone sort of conformed to this same person type. And when I moved to Houston, it was very diverse, and was it freshman year or sophomore year that I met you?
I believe it was freshman year.
Freshman year, okay.
Yes, sir.
And did we have a class with my sister?
Yes.
In it?
Geography.
Okay, geography.
With, what's his name? Bald guy. Coach Sniffin.
Sniffin.
That's
Yeah,
right.
great name.
Oh, we better.
Great family lineage.
We better bleep that in case he tries to sue. We better what we say.
That I will believe, but
All right,
you know.
there we go. Here's the
It is a family-friendly show, apparently.
You have a lovely audience.
Oh, thank you. They, they seem to like me. I like them back.
Who wouldn't?
You are a writer, a director, an actor, a musician, and a very talented musician at that. I often envy your skills.
I don't know if I'd call myself any of those things. I dabble, but I don't know if I would actually, give myself those epithets. But I'll take them.
I'll give them to you. So
All right.
take them. Take them right now. Well, I've got to read the card, so I'll have that. But pretty early on, I think we shared a lot of similar interests as far as music was concerned. I know that when I had first met you, I was still a little sheltered and wasn't able to even see some of the movies that I know eventually you had given me a list of movies to watch.
Yep.
Because you just had, you had more experience in movie watching. My experience was somewhat limited and, protected because R-rated movies are, the devil or whatever.
Devil's work. That's right.
We eventually started making short films together, and you helped me tremendously in doing the Chris Mullins experience, helping me film and just being a character or, just
kind of a caricature of myself.
a caricature, but also, I don't know, you helped me in many different ways, as far as developing my own ideas, as far as, you did become a cameraman, per se, at one point.
Still waiting for those checks. That's right.
If you were lucky enough to know either of us back in the day, you knew that...
You were lucky if you did.
You were very lucky, and you still are, as it turns out. You knew that we kind of pushed our productions, trying to get people involved. We seemed to go out there a lot back in the day. We used to put these up over, I want to say we went to Starbucks, maybe in the Randalls over here, the Kroger. We would put these in hopes of finding actors, actresses, people just wanting to make movies and that sort of thing. And there's a lot out there in Houston, but we seem to
Never find
get a shit end of that stick for some reason. And I never understood that, especially considering how many actors are out there. I used to do these, if you were unlucky enough to know me, these little Chris Mullins experience cards. And again, this is back on MySpace days. Anyway, these people have no idea what we're talking about. I wanted to get to Abiosis because that was one that was completely your own, correct? You did the score, you did the directing, you edited it, but you asked me to act.
I even acted in it, yep.
You acted, and you asked me
For
to
a
act.
minute.
Yeah. And I really liked taking on these roles that you came up with because they were just... extraordinary. Well, they were maybe a little absurd, but they were extraordinary in their own right because they were just very unique. They were characters with a lot of heart.
They were dumb as sin, but they had a lot of heart.
Right, absolutely. Back in that day, I was a pretty plump guy, and it's just a complete difference in my appearance, I believe. I've gone back and looked at some of these, and it's just so bizarre to me to see me. And to see that era in which, I don't know, just things were so different. Being a part of these productions just, I don't know, reawakened part of me, I feel. And you have been kind of close to me and by my side through a lot of different things.
Just like right now.
Just like right now. Now this is, obviously a little more...
intimate.
Well, it is a bit intimate. It's a good thing it's a family show. But I really wanted to thank you because I have had people over time experience life beside me and see sort of my ups and downs. And a lot of people in my downs have just sort of left my side and not even you know, it just sort of abandoned me. And you kind of stayed there even when I was just like fucking going nuts. And I really appreciate that, man, because that really is, you know, that is what friendship needs to be, really.
Right.
And I just appreciate you, and I thank you for the time that you've been in my life, because it's been extraordinary, sir.
Cheers.
So thank you. So another thing I was going to talk to you about was this show that we had started way back in the heyday of MySpace, which was called Making Conversation. Would you explain what that show entailed?
That was a ridiculously ludicrous, lewd, lascivious, all the L's. Was it completely ad-libbed? It was, wasn't it?
I want to say that a few times
we just kind of had
beforehand,
the premise.
we had a premise, or we'd kick around an idea or two that we'd throw into the midst, but yes, I want to say that
it was completely
90%, if not 95%, was improvised.
just two friends that would just, one of them was an asshole, the other one was more timid, and he was always, you know, on his ass about shit.
Right.
Basically. Crude, lewd, and rude.
Yeah. And then we also had, your brother Rick had directed, but we all had written this short called Ronald and Friend, which was one of, I think, our collectively favorite bits.
Yeah.
From start to finish, how it came out. It made us all laugh. It made us a little uncomfortable.
It was well received.
And it was well received. Universally. Thank you.
Right.
Multiversally. I don't know if that's the correct term. But I felt like Ronald and Friend was in the middle of these other things, such as Making Convo and maybe my show and whatnot. It was the epitome of what we were trying to do, and it just sort of fit together so perfectly, in my opinion.
The epitome, if you will.
Yes, thank you for that word. So this is a scene from Ronald and Friend, and it shows just how uneasy you are in the scene. This was directed by your brother Rick,
Right.
written by all of us. Let's check it out.
Did she say how long she was going to be?
It could be any moment now, really. So, what kind of hobbies are you into?
I'm into sports,
Sports.
basketball, football.
Oh yeah, anything with balls, I really like.
Yeah. What are you into?
Hopefully you. I'm so bad.
Wow. That was very entertaining, man.
Yeah, that guy's sexuality is not tentative.
Well, mine is. So Sam, is that your name? Where were you Monday, by the way? I was curious if you were
The
affected
storm?
by the storm, the flooding.
I was at home. I was supposed to work, but we were closed that day because of the storm.
Interesting. I didn't attempt to leave at all until later in the evening when it had kind of cleared up. We're going to cut to the musician who was
Who's the
playing
musician?
It's me in the past, playing the drums.
Oh, okay.
Take a look.
Wow. He's talented.
No, not really. So what are your plans now? What are you up to in the future? Tomorrow?
Oh, okay.
What's going on?
Oh, damn. That's quick future. What am I doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm off tomorrow. I don't work. I'm not doing anything.
And you know what tomorrow is, ladies and gentlemen?
Yom Kippur. Oh, no, it's not.
I'm sorry, it's April 20th, which in layman's terms is 420. A day of herb celebration. Celebration? Celebration, a word?
No, it is now. It is now.
Well, before you go, I'm going to challenge you to a game
I'm feeling
of
underdressed.
pro thumb wrestling.
You have a suit. And just,
I know, man.
It's just a shame. Okay. I'm really nervous. Hold on. Just get this.
I'm warming up in my corner. You know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a thumb war.
Okay, ready?
thing.
Here we go.
I think your thumb's bigger. Oh, yeah, you already fucking...
Ah! 1, 2,
Okay.
3.
I lost. And so you're the supreme champion of all time. And with that, champion, Thank you for coming.
Thank
It's been
you.
a pleasure.
No problem.
Great to have you.
So just make that. How much does this pay? Just make that out to Sam Ramirez.
$13.99.
Okay. All right. Shit. Exactly what I needed. If it had been $13.98, no. I'm sorry.